Welcome. I brought a special guest today. This is Lila. Say hey.
Hello.
Lila is one of our best Juicebox application designers. She knows how to bring the pop to these designs. And I wanted to share an application that she surprised me with this morning. And we're going to talk a little bit about colors today. So Lila, why don't you introduce this app that you put together?
So I made this app about my advent calendar because, like most kids, I have an advent calendar. In my advent calendar, each day you get a new squishy. So I ranked the squishies like how cute they are, how squishy they are, my favorite overall. Then I added up all of those scores.
That's and a leaderboard up there. Cool.
And there's also like the colors and the shapes.
That's all the details about them. So you create the data, you built this application this morning, no problem. Yeah. But it looks, no offense, kind of bland. Can we do better?
Yes. All right. So I would add more color because it's just like white and stuff and that. So I go to this website called
Coolers, maybe.
Coolers.co, and you could find a nice color. It all depends on like what type of colors you want. I maybe would want a blue. Oh, well.
There's all sorts of color palettes in here. It's really a great site with so many different options. It's a great place to find combinations of colors. So go ahead. What would you pick?
So I would recommend like a palette that has like light and dark colors because you don't know what you totally want yet. So I would copy this one.
Okay. You're copying the hexadecimal, which is the description of that color, and we can put any hexadecimal in Juicebox applications. So it's very simple to just apply different colors. And you just paste those in there. That one we already had ready for us. So you're going to see the colors start to come in. It starts to show up in the buttons and in the top there, but there's a lot more we can do.
Yeah, like you could add color to the background of my leaderboard or my table. So you go back to the same palette and you'd be crazy. It's not the same palette.
Yeah, pick the same palette. All right.
And so you could, for the background, you could choose a really dark color or a really light color. Because if it's really dark, it inverts. Like the text would become white.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what this stuff looks like.
I'll show you both of them.
There's a lot of fun to start adding in these colors. It makes it really look a lot more vibrant. So the light color, and then she's going to add a much darker blue. And like Lila said, one of the cool features about Juicebox is that all of the text and the visualizations are going to invert if you get a darker color. So it's very easy to have these nice contrasts show up in your application. So that looks starting to look a lot more fun. If you click around in there, you can see what your top squishies are, explore that, drill into it.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give people about picking out colors?
So you probably should start with like idea, like you could have blue or purple or yellow, and you would just search it up here. Or you could have like a scene, like the ocean, and you could also type that in. And it would come up with more than just blue.
So that just gives you some of those. If you have an emotion or a feeling you want to bring into your application, you just pick that, and it's going to give you a bunch of different palettes, and then you pull those over into Juicebox, and it starts to look really great. So that's a great start for making this application look better, but there's other stuff we can do, and we're going to do another video about that. What are we going to touch on?
A lot less boring.
What are we going to look at?
We're going to look at like icons and emojis and adding those in to make your app look better. And then it'll have colors and emojis.
That's awesome. That'll make it great. Thanks. And we'll jump back in with another video in a moment.